Lu Fang sat in his hotel room in Jinyu City, examining the golden badge in his hand. This was his ninth proof of his rising status. The badge, a legendary military medal, symbolized his achievements. Relaxing on the bed, he smirked, realizing the authority it granted him. Even high-ranking officials would be forced to acknowledge him now. His position was second only to the top ranks, an unprecedented feat. Lu Fang held up the badge once more, recalling the words of the vice principal. With this, even arrogant figures like Chang Feng would have to bow before him. But before he could dwell on it further, he noticed the girls stirring. Smiling, he put the badge away, realizing it was time to move forward. Lu Fang finally obtained what he had been waiting for, a powerful expansion scroll. If you guys want the next part today, then complete the aim of 300 likes on this video. Holding it in his hand, he activated it, causing golden energy to swirl around him. The long-awaited moment had arrived. With the scroll's power unleashed, his summon slots expanded. Now, he could finally unlock the sealed blue dragon egg. As the energy settled, the mysterious egg appeared before him, glowing with an unknown aura. Checking his contract list, he saw his existing legendary dragons, the Black Dragon at level 39, the Emerald Dragon at level 35, and the Starry Sky Dragon at level 29. Now, an empty slot was open, ready for his newest and possibly strongest addition. Lu Fang knelt before the glowing blue dragon egg, addressing his companions. He reminded them to prepare as they were about to welcome a new member. Without hesitation, Lu Fang activated his dragon taming ability. Golden energy surged from his hands as he placed them on the egg. The surface of the egg trembled, cracks rapidly spreading across it. A powerful surge of energy erupted, dark lightning flashing through the room. With a final crack, the egg shattered, and a majestic dragon emerged. Encased in a storm of energy, its presence alone sent shockwaves through the room. Lu Fang and his team watched as their new companion took its first breath. As the energy settled, the newly hatched blue dragon stood before them. Its glowing blue eyes and crackling energy signaled immense power. Lu Fang quickly checked its stats. Its strength, speed, and magical potential far exceeded expectations. The red dragon gasped in shock upon realizing that the dragon was male. Meanwhile, the green girl stared at it in fascination, while Lu Fang smirked, clearly satisfied with the outcome. Excitement filled the room as the realization sank in. Lu Fang proudly declared that they had finally gained a new companion. Looking at the dragon, Lu Fang envisioned its future form, a massive, majestic beast with unparalleled strength. He knew this creature had the potential to become a legendary force. With its high magical abilities and powerful lightning attacks, it was the perfect match for his battle strategies. Just as Lu Fang was admiring the newly hatched blue dragon, it suddenly lunged at him and bit his hand. Before he could react, the small dragon refused to let go. Lu Fang flailed in panic, trying to shake it off, while the red girl shouted in surprise. The green girl watched in amusement, barely holding back her laughter. The situation escalated as the dragon leaped again, forcing Lu Fang and the others into a defensive scramble. As the blue dragon turned its attention to the red girl, sinking its teeth into her hand, her scream echoed through the room as she struggled to shake it off. Lu Fang, now watching from a safe distance, couldn't help but analyze the dragon's abilities. He realized that despite its small size, it possessed two powerful lightning-based attacks, one with wide-range destruction, and another that locked onto targets, making escape nearly impossible. More impressively, its unique skill allowed it to unleash attacks without cooldown. Grinning to himself, Lu Fang saw the dragon's aggressive nature as a sign of its potential. Deciding it was time to give their new companion a name, he prepared to make it official. Meanwhile, the floating dragon spirit watched in amusement, enjoying the mayhem unfolding before it. Just as Lu Fang was about to name the blue dragon, it suddenly tensed up, sparks of lightning flickering around its body. Without warning, the dragon lunged at the floating dragon spirit, treating it as a rival. The floating dragon spirit, caught off guard, retaliated with a heavy strike, sending the blue dragon crashing to the ground. Frustrated, Lu Fang urged the floating dragon spirit to return the egg shell it had taken, realizing that the blue dragon was being territorial. After finally breaking up the fight, Lu Fang sighed, noting how difficult naming ceremonies always seemed to be. With the dragons finally settling down, he thought of a fitting name. Since its abilities revolved around lightning, and it had a blue body, he decided to call it Xiao Lan. Both the red and green girls nodded in agreement, finding the name simple yet fitting. With that, the fierce yet mischievous blue dragon officially became part of Lu Fang's team. Lu Fang's excitement quickly faded when the blue dragon turned its back on him, clearly displeased with the name Xiao Lan. Seeing its rejection, he reconsidered, realizing that a more fitting name was needed. After a moment of thought, he decided on something that matched the dragon's aggressive nature and explosive potential. Smirking, he proposed the name Abao, highlighting its fiery personality. This time, the dragon let out an approving roar, its mood shifting instantly. The red girl noted its enthusiasm, amused by how quickly it changed its mind. Lu Fang laughed, satisfied that the name had finally been accepted. But just as he relaxed, the dragon pounced on him again, proving that even with a name. As soon as the name Abao was finalized, the newly named dragon wasted no time proving its chaotic nature. It pounced at the others, causing a frantic commotion in the room. The red girl barely dodged, looking furious, while the green-haired girl laughed at the absurd situation. Lu Fang, meanwhile, sighed, realizing that his life had just become even more troublesome. Before he could fully process the madness, a system notification appeared. To his surprise, he had received a god-tier treasure map, an incredibly rare and long-lost artifact. Meanwhile, in a distant location at the western border of the Dragon Nation, a mysterious figure sat quietly in a serene courtyard. In a dimly lit room, a woman smirked as she read the latest rankings. Lu Fang had secured rank 1 in the national trials, representing the Dragon Nation. She had expected nothing less. Confident in her foresight, she remarked that with the weapons she had provided him, even the strongest opponents wouldn't stand a chance. She seemed pleased with how things were unfolding. However, before she could indulge in her thoughts further, a sudden coughing fit interrupted her. She clutched her chest. Looking down at her palm, she saw blood. The woman realized the source of her sudden illness: poison. The Huang family had resorted to underhanded tactics once again.
This is the end of the video. If you guys want to see the next part, then don't forget to subscribe and like the video.